Oh, Johnny, instead of including you in my personal plans, I introduced you to Grace, but I didn't realize how much I loved you. What's wrong with you? Am I an old maid? This lady looks like she's about 18 and a half. I absolutely love old romance comics, and in this episode, I'm going to walk through some vintage 10 and 12 cent comic books. You can travel along with Barbie and Ken. We can see here this lady is getting married, or is she? He just stood there, his eyes burning with hatred. I was ashamed of him. Oh my goodness. Well, that scowl, who can blame you? Confidential diary, what a fool I've been. I thought he wanted to marry me. Oh no. Well, don't cry. We are going to jump in to some of my favorite romance comics. These are free, legal, and you can use them for any personal or commercial project. Let's go. I hope you're having a great day today. And you know what? Love is in the air. Yes, I love comicbookplus.com. This is one of my favorite websites. It's very easy to navigate. There's a ton of different resources. And what we're going to do today is I'm going to go to this categories page, and I'm just going to simply select off of all of these awesome categories. Look at this: adventure, crime, horror, jungle, mixed bag. That sounds interesting. But today we're going to go to romance comics. Romance comics were massively huge. They were one of the biggest sellers in the 1940s and 1950s. And there's over 3,680 issues here in our romance category for you to enjoy. Now, these are completely free. These are completely legal. So you're not going to get, busted by the romance police if you're reading these books, because you're not doing anything wrong. Now, let's see what these girls and boys are getting up to here. First one we're going to take a look at is called All for Love, and there's 17 issues. Very easy to see here. Each of the issues is just listed along the left-hand side. So I'm just going to pick one at random here. I'm going to pick issue number 6. This is from February, March. They came out every 2 months, so it's February and March, 1958. So All for Love. Uh-oh, look at this. Short-haired brunette ain't happy. Well, you're in a rowboat. Oh, you see, she's in a rowboat. She did the old sneak attack. We've all been there, right? You're out on the water, and all of a sudden, some random blonde lady shows up and starts smooching your boyfriend. Come on. How many times does this have to happen before you learn your lesson and don't go in the water? So this is All for Love from 1958. I absolutely love these old vintage comic book covers. And you could take the image if you want. You could also just take the actual logo. You can just right click on it and save the image. You could even just view the image as well. So there's the image itself, and it's quite high quality scan. They come and go. I mean, there's different, some of the scans are higher quality than others, and it's simply because some of the books are just not super common, and so they're quite rare. Here's Barbie and Ken. This came out in Dell Comics in 1962. So Dell was a comic book publisher who did a lot of licensed material. So instead of coming up with their own ideas, and there's nothing wrong with that, they purchased the licensing rights to already established toy and media properties. And in this case, Barbie and Ken have their own comic book. So you can see here she's dreaming about Barbie and Ken, your favorite Barbie and Ken in their very own comic magazine. Well, let's see how exciting this is. This is from May and July. First thing I love when I open up the comic book, and by the way, this is the entire comic book is in here, not just the cover. You get everything. You get the ads. These are actually really nice quality scans. I'm really happy with the quality of this, considering it's a free website. So this is Barbie's Fame, and then you've got images here that you could use for your website, your personal art project, even commercially. Now, you'd always have to be aware of the trademark. Obviously, Barbie and Ken are still an active trademark, but this comic book itself is public domain, meaning that you could read it, you can download it, you can enjoy it. You can see here Barbie and Ken, May, July 1962. This is actually published every 3 months, May, June, and July 1962. So it looks here like Barbie's a real person in this comic book. Wow. This girl's talking to Barbie. It's pretty cool. And she's on the airline. Looks like she's a flight attendant. So Barbie's just hanging out. Can you imagine, like, you're on a plane and, like, Barbie's your flight attendant? It's like, hey, don't I recognize you from every department store in the world? So again, these are really, these are designed for kids, right? Oh, the pilot's dreamy. Oh, he is dreamy. So, I mean, obviously these were targeted for young girls. And, there's one here called Boy Loves Girl. I think that speaks for itself as to who the target audience is. True Secrets of Love and Romance. I love this. Boy Loves Girl. And then it says, formerly Boy Meets Girl. I like that. It just makes me laugh for some reason. It's like, next up will be Boy Proposes to Girl. So Terry, there's your wife. I'll handle this. It's true. My husband and his secretary. Oh my goodness. You know what I love about vintage comic books? Is everybody is dressed up as if they're going to court. We've got ties, pearl necklaces. This lady's got gloves, a hat. Everybody looks like they're, just ready to go to a wedding or something. Very popular part of, art in, print on demand world is taking these sort of public domain images and making t-shirts and coffee mugs out of them. And, you can see here there's very clean scans of a woman's face or a man's face. You could take vintage images out of these books and just remove the backgrounds. There's a lot of talking in these comics. There's a lot of smooching in these comics, a lot of hugging, a lot of betrayal. Of course, you gotta have a plot, right? So, hey, wait a minute, is she kissing the same dude? No, looks like she's kissing a different guy. Come on, lady, what are you doing here? So we're gonna go to Boy Loves Girl. We can just go next in list, right? So we can scroll through the different books. Here's an interesting one. This is a scan, but notice how the top third of the book is removed. And what this is called is a remainder copy. And so what would happen is, that's really fascinating to see one in person like this. What would happen is the drugstore or the supermarket would purchase the book. There's the actual earlier scan of it here. So what would happen is a drugstore would purchase the book, and then when they wanted to return the book, because they could get their money back, they'd buy them on a return basis. So you might buy like 1,000 comics, sell 500, and then return the other 500. And so in this case, the store would return just the top third of the cover. They'd rip off the cover, and then in theory, they would throw this book into the garbage can. But as we can see here, they obviously didn't, because it survived all these years to be able to be scanned in. Boy Loves Girl, 10 cents. Oh my goodness, look at this poor sap. Honey, where are you? It's getting late. Oh, she's having a good old time here in the rose garden, eh? Look out. This guy's got his dress overalls on, so he's loving life too. So as you can see, there's a lot of sort of shenanigans in these books. So this is called Boy Loves Girl. I'm just going to scroll through here and see what else we've got. We've got Bride's Secrets. I love this one because you can just imagine, like, there's a lot of bride stuff. Bride's Diary, Brides in Love, Bride's Romances, Broadway Romances. These are all alphabetized. But you can see here how like a young girl or like a teenage girl would be reading these and, fantasizing about getting married someday, right? You can just imagine, like, in the 1950s, people reading Bride's Secrets, comic book. This was by a company called Ajax. So this is Exciting Confessions of Love. I married the man I loved, but instead of being happy, I found myself suddenly plunged into a turmoil. Was I a delinquent wife? Uh-oh, cigarette lady here's hanging out with Mustache Jones over here. Also, as if that wasn't enough, we also have Private Scandal. And Kay Benson's Romance Guide. So as you can see, you're getting a lot of value here for 10 cents. Now, this isn't the highest quality scan in the world, but you could certainly read through it. Enjoy vintage ads. Whole treasure chest of toys. A lot of pimple and skincare advertisements. My wife, a cheat? Oh, Buddy's not too happy. He's looking in the other direction. This is Bride's Secret number 7. Exciting confessions of love. Oh, Eric, why did this have to happen to us? Why is he blindfolded? See, I love the teaser comic book covers because it's like, why is this dude hanging out with a blindfold on? And why is there a clown in the background? As if this wasn't creepy enough? Oh, I see. They're at the circus. Okay. That makes a little more sense. Oh, maybe they're like throwing knives at him or something. It's interesting what people did back in the 1950s for fun too, right? Like here we can see there's trapeze artists and clowns. They're hanging out at the circus. Like that's like a normal day out. Like you just don't see that much anymore. It's like, hey, do you want to watch some Netflix or do you want to like go to the circus? It just seems like it's not really super timely. But that's what makes these so much fun is reading through these old books and seeing like old hairstyles, old jewelry, the way people dressed. Everybody's wearing a tie or a dress. What do you mean Sam's escorting you home? We're supposed to be engaged, Marion. Oh, my little game is going to cost me the most precious thing in my life. I should have realized with love, you can't make believe. Oh no, this lady's got like issues. Plus, Kay Benson's romance guide. I don't know who Kay Benson is, but she's getting some serious airtime here because she's got a romance guide on every one of these Bride Secrets. Fascinating. So Bride Secrets is another one. Let's pick one more. I'm going to scroll on down here near the bottom. And we're going to find, oh, this is a good one. Confidential Diary. You know this is going to be good. It's like, give me the dirt. Enough wedding day shenanigans, enough girls in love. I want to see some confidential bad behavior. So this was, oh my goodness, he was strong, oh so strong, and this was a lonely place. Yikes. Confidential Diary. Ray, please let me go. Looks like it might be a crime comic here. Buddy needs to let go of the lady in the hedge. What's this guy doing? Just walking by? Maybe he can't hear her screaming yet. She's talking pretty quiet. But Ray looks like a bit of a jerk. It's like, come on, man. Leave the lady alone. That's such an awesome cover. Wow. Confidential Diary. This is another sad lady. The black glistening river seems to fascinate me. The city is cruel and hard and I am alone. Yikes. Alone in the night. My goodness. I've read a bunch of these, and I will say, these are really, I don't want to say like they're riveting because, of course, they're like, they're like romance comics, and of course, nobody's like getting, killed in them or anything. But there's some serious angst, which I think really speaks to the teenage mindset and the young person's mindset, and I just love the drama, the melodrama in these books. If you take no interest in this course, I'm afraid I'll have to give you a failing mark. Uh-oh, hunky teacher. Well, these guys look like they're the same age. There's, Don't Miss Foolish Vengeance. This looks like a really good episode where we've got Troublemaker Blondie. And look, the poor teacher's just trying to do his job, lady. You got to give him a break here. Confidential Diary, number 14. Man, these are good. Confidential Diary, number 17. This is the one where she's running, I think it's through a graveyard, or she's just taking off into the night. What a fool I've been. I thought he wanted to marry me. So she just said, pull the car over. I'm going to literally run into the forest in the middle of the night in high heels, probably. Looks are deceiving. It's a very popular style of artwork to have women's faces, comic book faces, where they're crying. And I don't know if it's based on like Roy Lichtenstein art but like a woman looking scared or a woman crying. It's like a very dramatic, piece of art. And so, you could always take pictures like that and create some sort of art print from it. And I love too, because this is a high quality scan, you can see the actual pattern on the comic book as well. And that's pretty cool. So it really makes it look nice and vintagey, because it is, right? So I hope you found that helpful. I absolutely love going through old comic books. The website is called comicbookplus.com, and there are so many different categories. And if you're ever wondering, like, well, where am I in this thing? You know, you may have drilled down. You can just look right at the top, and there's this sort of breadcrumb trail here. You can see I'm in the romance, comics, and books category, inside of categories. And then if you ever wanted to go back a level, you can just go back up to home, and that would take you back to the main page. There's also the latest scans along the right-hand side. So this is a great website. You can select by categories. You can select a newsstand date. And that's pretty cool too. So you got the years all here. So if you're maybe, you wanted to make a birthday gift for someone using artwork from the year they were born, you could scroll on through and you could find something from 1952, for example. So I hope you found that helpful. I absolutely love looking through old comic books. And if you found this helpful, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. And I love connecting with you in the comments section as well. Take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching.